Hello and welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're looking directly at ACIM Lesson 83, which is a powerful review of two very specific lessons. Lesson 65, My only function is the one God gave me, and Lesson 66, My happiness and my function are one. If you ever find yourself just completely exhausted by daily inner conflict, decision fatigue, and stress, well, you're in the right place. We're going to unpack how these concepts can literally eliminate that friction and give you a profound, unshakable sense of focus.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We'll start with an introduction, unpack Lesson 65 on your singular function, and cover applying Lesson 65 today. Then we'll look at Lesson 66, where function equals happiness, figure out applying Lesson 66 today, and wrap it all up with a daily summary and practice.
Section 1. Introduction. The power of Lesson 83.
So the real power of this material lies in how it tackles our exhausting, endless search for happiness. I mean, think about it. Every single day, we're constantly juggling all these conflicting goals. We want to be incredibly successful, but we also want perfect peace. We want to win arguments, but we desperately want to be loved. It's draining, right? Well, this source offers a radical alternative, basically saying that all this juggling is completely unnecessary. Lesson 65 states, My only function is the one God gave me, and 66 states, My happiness and my function are one. Let's break down exactly what they mean and how they act as the ultimate solution for resolving all that inner conflict.
Section 2. Lesson 65. Your singular function. Now, what's really interesting here is how we define that word. In our modern world, we are basically trained to multitask, right? We're supposed to have side hustles, be everywhere at once, and be everything to everyone. But the source text argues that this is exactly why we're so stressed out. To truly get this, we need to demystify the word function. In this context, your function is definitely not your job title or your daily chore list. It's a singular, conflict-free life purpose given by oneness. The text plainly states, I have no function but the one God gave me. Now, whether you interpret that word as God, the universe, or just a fundamental state of oneness, the practical, everyday takeaway is having a single unifying life purpose, a purpose that overrides and ultimately eliminates all those other contradictory goals. When you have conflicting goals, the text explains that you inevitably experience doubt, conflict, and uncertainty. It's kind of like trying to chase two rabbits at the exact same time. You're just constantly weighing options and second-guessing yourself. But with one purpose only, the text makes a massive, game-changing promise. It says you are always certain what to do, what to say, and what to think. When it talks about being released from all conflict, it literally means escaping that endless mental stress. Because when you only have one function, all doubt disappears and every single decision suddenly becomes effortless.
Section 3. Applying Lesson 65 today.
So how do we actually put this into practice? The source text doesn't just leave us hanging with some abstract philosophy. It gives us very specific phrases for real-time mental resets. And the trick here is using the word this as a placeholder. You can plug absolutely any specific stressor into it. Let's say you get a deeply frustrating email at work. You can stop, take a breath, and say, my perception of this frustrating email does not change my function. Or, this frustrating email does not give me a function other than the one God gave me. And finally, let me not use this frustrating email to justify a function God did not give to me. Which basically means, don't use it as an excuse to get angry, lose your peace of mind, or go to battle. It is an incredibly powerful tool for maintaining your focus right in the heat of the moment.
Let's move to Section 4. Lesson 66. Function equals happiness. Let's see how this builds on what we just learned.
Lesson 83 seamlessly pairs that singular focus we just talked about with the concept of absolute joy. The text argues that fulfilling your function is your happiness, simply because both come from the exact same source, oneness. It tells us all things that come from God are one. Because of that, they must be received as one. Your purpose and your joy absolutely cannot be separated. See, in our daily lives, we usually think of doing what we're supposed to do as work and doing what makes us happy as play. But this lesson completely shatters that divide. It says that if you truly want to find happiness, you have to recognize that your ultimate function and your happiness are identical. They're literally the same thing.
Section 5. Applying Lesson 66 today.
Now, understanding the concept is fantastic, but we need real-world tools designed to protect your peace of mind from daily disruptions. Once again, we're going to use this as a placeholder for any daily challenge. Imagine something goes totally wrong with your plans today. You just apply the first phrase, this canceled plan cannot separate my happiness from my function. The second phrase reminds you that your inner peace remains untouched. The oneness of my happiness and my function remain wholly unaffected by this. And the third phrase, it's particularly striking. Nothing, including this, can justify the illusion of happiness apart from my function. It perfectly blocks the illusion that you need outside sources to be happy, reminding you that true joy is found only in aligning with your singular inner function.
Section 6. Daily Summary and Practice.
Okay, we've covered some incredibly deep, foundational concepts from the source material today. Now let's talk about how to actually weave these two lessons into your daily routine so you can experience this release from conflict. While the specific number of minutes isn't rigidly dictated for these review lessons, the most practical, highly effective approach is this. Bookend your day. Dedicate real focus to the main ideas in the morning, right when you wake up, and again in the evening just before you go to sleep. Then, throughout the day, use the specific applications we covered, those sentences using the word this, whenever, and I mean whenever, your peace of mind is threatened.
To make this as crystal clear as possible, these are the two crucial takeaways you absolutely must carry with you today. Step 1, remember 65, my only function is the one God gave me. Step 2, remember 66, my happiness and my function are one. Whenever you feel stressed, confused, or conflicted today, just remind yourself that you don't have 100 different problems to solve. You only have one function, and fulfilling it is the very definition of your happiness.
I want to leave you with this scenario to ponder as you go about your day. Think about the arguments you're currently preparing for, the stresses you're carrying around, and all those contradictory goals you're juggling. If your only true function is happiness, what unnecessary conflicts can you just let go of today? How many of those heavy burdens can you simply drop right now?
Thank you so much for dedicating your time to this explainer. If this helped you find a bit of focus and peace today, please leave a like and subscribe so we can continue this learning journey together. Have a brilliantly focused and peaceful day.